Hey everybody, my name is AceFangirl, and welcome back to another episode of Internet Court. Last time we finished case 1. It was great. Now we're gonna do case 2, because it's also great. I don't know, I'm biased. Let's do it. I still didn't figure out why my cursor is off. Whatever, I don't care. Doesn't matter.
I never wanted to be a judge in internet court. I wanted to be a judge in a real courtroom with real people, real trials, real stakes. But I guess the legal higher-ups didn't think I was good enough for that. I'm still a little salty about that. I think that's why I never try as hard as I could during these cases. But I'm getting better, like how the other day in court when they mentioned the contrived cliffhanger case. I was curious, so I decided to look it up, and lo and behold, they turned that case into a judge training case, a computer simulation for training judges. I decide what the judge says and does and how he reacts, and I'm judged on how well I do. Here, why don't I show you?
Had to memorize his lines because couldn't see. I'm glad that wasn't me. Also, I just suck at memorizing things, so.
With mashed potatoes on top.
I missed that sweater too.
So good.
Okay, it looks like they're just making small talk before the trial starts.
At this point, the judge started the trial.
Okay, here we go. The first prompt. In real life, the judge started the trial at this point, so I should probably do the same. What should I say?
Quiet in the courtroom.
Quiet in the courtroom. We're about to begin.
Purple eagle sandwich.
Right.
What?
Orange, rectangular, raccoon.
Oh, my books are different.
Did I mess up the settings or something? This thing isn't working right.
You're coming in a little low, Defense. Could you adjust your microphone settings?
I think I'm literally
Oh,
wearing those earrings right now.
Is this better?
Perfect.
Oh, the original judge asked for a sound check first. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, let's officially start the trial.
I'm Good Always Wins, and I'll be the prosecutor today. I'm representing Graham R. Redpen, who filed the suit in the name of All People Everywhere.
And I'm Tina Middleton, aka Tina.
Wow, way to
Middleton,
not be creative.
standing as the defense. My client, Vic Berger, has been accused of multiple accounts of bad fan
Multiple
fiction
accounts.
writing.
Who proofread
A
this
most
script?
serious crime indeed.
Exactly, Your Honor. He's on the call now.
It was me. I looked at it.
We're starting. Hi everybody. I'm Vic Berger, and I'm the author of the fanfic. Sorry if my suit doesn't fit. It's actually my dad's, but
Does kind of look like a
I
lab
just
coat.
didn't know what I should wear to internet court.
You don't have to wear a suit. This is a very laid-back
Excuse
courtroom.
you, I had great outfits.
Objection!
Excuse you,
My client
me.
is wearing a suit because he takes this trial seriously. He takes a lot of things seriously, including fan fiction writing. Right, Your Honor?
Respond to the objection.
Ooh, this is a starred prompt. That means it's one of the big, important decisions of this trial. If I get it right, things just move on as normal. If I get it wrong, I get a strike. Just like the lawyers in the real cases.
I'm clicking on
Getting back to the trial,
this.
the objection is that
But
the
my
defendant
cursor's all
is
the way over
wearing
there.
a suit because he takes things seriously. How do I want to respond to that?
I'm gonna side with myself. I'm biased.
Objection overruled. The defendant's fashion sense has no bearing whatsoever on his capabilities as a writer.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, it looks like I picked the right option. I think.
I brought Officer Graham R. Redpen
I
here to
actually
testify.
thought that was wrong.
As you may
so this
know,
is awkward.
Redpen is a member of the Grammar Police.
I have sworn to protect the public from Mary Sue's tired tropes and poor grandma. It is my duty.
I love him. I actually don't know him, but I love him.
We appreciate all that you do for us, but in this case, you have reached too far. My client's fanfics were good.
The defendant has written 140 different fanfics. Most of them for Perry Harder, Walker Do, and Phoenix Wright.
What's that?
99.
That sounds fake.
Some of them have checked out okay.
At this point, the judge asked about the numbers.
Okay, it says the judge asked about the numbers. Which numbers should I ask about?
That's a lot of fanfics.
140 fanfics? You've written almost 150 stories about imaginary characters?
I've got a lot of free time, Your Honor.
We found 2 fanfics that violate our standards of good taste.
Good
The
taste.
first one is relatively minor. Too many grammar issues. A few typos, not using an apostrophe for there. Accidental capital letters. Nothing a good proofreader can't fix. But the second fanfic. Oh, the second
I like they use the grammar place,
fanfic.
but there's a backwards
It's
R
almost
on
nothing
his badge.
But overblown
Why?
and
I don't
unnecessary
know.
cliffhangers.
We should discuss the minor infraction first. It's easier.
Objection. We should discuss the major infraction first. It's the important one.
At this point, the judge decided which direction to steer the trial.
Okay, decision time. This is called the contrived cliffhanger case, right? So that means I should follow...
The cliffhanger, obvi.
Let's discuss the major...
I do love how Paul's pants
What
have
about
race
the
cars
bad
on them.
cliffhangers?
Also, that's pretty great.
Agreed. I have the fanfiction right here. If everyone could click on the link.
I wish I got donuts to eat during this case. Alright, Deadly Treaty 4. Link is summoned by Surya to the Water Bottle Temple. Gunnan has escaped from prison and become a mermaid. Can Blink and Surya defeat him? And where is Shelly? Hints of Blink Gunnan.
What? You shipped Blink and
Of course,
Gunnan?
I'm gonna be offended.
But they're mortal enemies.
That's what makes them such a good couple. It's forbidden romance.
I demand an instant guilty verdict, Your Honor. This man is clearly guilty of having no taste whatsoever.
Objection. This isn't a Blink Gunnan / fic. The description clearly says there are only hints of them as a couple.
Objection! You know as well as I do that summaries can be deceptive. Why, I once read a fanfic that had a Jerry Lila ship in the summary, and they weren't even in the story. It was all about Steve going to the store and buying bagels.
Objection! What kind of bagels were they? I'm sorry. Everybody else got to raise an objection. I thought it would be cool if I got to too.
That objection was almost as bad as trying to ship Blink and Gunnan.
Oh boy, okay, this came up in the last trial too. Good always wins, clearly takes her shipping wars seriously. Should I,
Obviously we let them keep fighting. Duh. I don't care. I'll take it.
No fair, I just wanted to hear more about the fan fiction.
I read that fanfic. The bagels were clearly a metaphor for the author's tortured soul.
No, they weren't. It was just garbage.
We called that author into questioning, believe it or not. Story checked out, but we did make her update the description. The punishment was 2 weeks without access to her fanfic account.
So that's why she never wrote a sequel. That's awful. You probably gave her a bad case of writer's block.
The only kind of block I support is blocking trash
Damn,
like that from appearing
hell
on
yeah.
my computer. It's almost as bad as the story where Jerry married a stuffed animal.
Hey, that story was written before the stuffed animal revealed
Obviously.
he was a villain.
Don't remind me.
Yeah, okay, I have no idea what they're talking about. I'm just gonna put an end to this right now, or we're gonna be here all day.
Please make them stop talking about this. No, I want more.
Let's move on. We've got the
Boo.
summary. Let's
How
see
dare
the
you
story.
shut me up.
Agreed. I think it shouldn't be that way either.
What?
And if you look closely, you'll notice a problem with the summary page.
Yep, I definitely call my boys in on
His
this.
donut has changed.
What? My description is great!
Yeah, I see nothing wrong with the description.
Besides the stupid idea that Gunnan would become a mermaid, there's an obvious grammatical problem. You can see it, right, Judge?
Ooh, okay. Yeah. So I'm not that great with grammar. Like, I can never remember if it's supposed to be irregardless or
It's
unregardless.
irregardless, right?
And that little comma thing with the dot on the top.
Semicolon.
What is that? Alright, I guess I'll just have to figure out where the prosecution is going with this. Where is the mistake on the summary page?
Alright. There's 2 capital letters here.
Yes, the title. Not only does it have nothing to do with the story, but you spelled the with a capital T and a capital H. Only one of those letters should be capitalized.
And it's the
That
T.
was just a typo. I held down the shift button for too long.
Then why didn't you correct it?
I didn't notice it until just now.
Let the record show that the defendant is sloppy and negligent.
Wow, you're totally nitpicking here. Right, Judge?
Side with the defense or the prosecution.
I guess I have to decide if the prosecution is being too picky or not.
Yes, they're no big deal, or no, she's right. No, she's right.
The
Obviously, I'm
prosecution's
right.
making a fair point. Even if it's a minor infraction, it's still an infraction.
Oh, no fair, Judge. I shouldn't get a penalty for that.
Savage.
Let's take it one step further. Your Honor, if the defendant is found guilty, he should be banned from writing fanfics. For life.
Now that's way unfair. What's your deal? Do you just hate fanfic authors or something?
I have my reasons.
And they are?
Didn't you hear about the fanfic trial last week? The one with the lifetime ban?
Until I didn't straighten my hair
Grammar
today.
Police versus Good Always Wins case. We at the Grammar Police were hoping it would set a precedent.
Wait, good always wins? I know that name from somewhere.
It's me.
If you recall, the defendant claimed she was being fished by a troll by the name of Squeaky Frog Fan.
Because I was being fished. My fanfiction was fantastic.
But the alleged troll was never found, and she was found guilty of all
Rough life.
charges.
Rough.
Okay, sure, I have a past, but that doesn't mean that I'm biased. I just think that if I can't write fanfiction, that he shouldn't be allowed
God,
to
my
either.
mic sucks.
She's totally biased. Your Honor, I recommend giving her a harsh penalty.
Look, I will put my reputation on the line for this case. If the defendant is found guilty, he gets a lifetime ban. If the defendant is found innocent, I will never take a fanfiction case again. That's fair, right?
No. Fair would be if I lose, I get banned forever. If you lose, you get banned forever.
Well, you're super guilty, so I accept those terms.
Oh, this isn't gonna end well for her.
But let's move past the summary page and on to the first chapter.
I think I just
Uncreatively
said fast
titled
instead of past.
Chapter 1. Look at it.
Look at it! Blink was hanging around in the woods being all cool and stuff. When Surya showed up, Blink, Blink, we had to get to the water bottle temple. Why? Blink asked. There's nothing there but water and bottles. Something bad is happening there. What is it? Blink asked. It's Gunnan. He escaped from prison.
Seems pretty straightforward to me.
I see 3 problems with this chapter. 2 of them are grammatical errors.
At this point, the judge pointed out the grammar mistakes in the chapter.
Great! The judge for this case was a grammar nerd. Okay, cool. Yeah, I can click on the sentences that have grammar issues.
This isn't a sentence.
That's not a sentence. It's like half a sentence. That's a grammar issue.
I didn't mean to put a period there. I meant for it to be a comma.
A likely excuse. Just because the period key is next to the comma key, you think you can say it's a mere slip of the finger?
But that's the truth!
Okay, time to find the other grammar issue.
There's a page break.
This
there it
is
is.
an error.
Why is there a line break in the
I mean,
middle
line break. It's
of
not
the
a page
paragraph?
break.
That's a formatting error. I blame the website.
Didn't you review the story after posting it?
No, I leave that job to my many talented reviewers. Thank you for reviewing, everyone. Please like and subscribe.
Creepy.
As a member of the Grammar Police, I recommend you review each story at least 4 times.
The grammar issues aren't important. Charges are being filed not for the bad grammar, but for the bad cliffhanger.
But that's not a cliffhanger. That's a perfectly logical and normal place to end a chapter.
Yeah, if that was supposed to be a cliffhanger, I would have something dramatic happen. But no, that's just Surya talking to Blink.
Talking to him about the main villain escaping from prison. Pretty dramatic, don't you say, Your Honor?
Could I get someone to define what a cliffhanger is?
The judge decided whether the alleged cliffhanger required punishment. No, that one's fine.
The cliffhanger's not that bad. Certainly not bad enough to warrant
Whoops.
a lifetime ban.
Thank you, Your Honor. All the alleged cliffhangers in the story are just like that. Nothing worth worrying about.
That's a pretty good case you have there.
Fix
It'd be
your
a shame if
hair.
someone updated the court record.
I got to be Edgeworth. It was
What?
fun. Chapter 2. Oh no, we have to stop him, Blink said, and they went to the water bottle temple. That's where they saw something totally unexpected. Find out what it is in the next chapter, and please review.
I presume you see the obvious grammar issue, Your Honor.
Yeah, the multiple exclamation points. You're definitely not supposed to use more than 4 at once.
Exactly, that is not how you spell totally. Who does that?
I knew there was an A in the word, I just wasn't sure where.
Spell check. Always use spell check. It is your friend.
Objection! Spell check is more like a frenemy. Nice to your face, but always looking to undermine you.
Oh, please tell me I don't have to make a decision on this.
The judge responded to the objection.
Dang it,
I agree with both of these things. Sometimes it depends on what you're writing, so I'm gonna pretend to make a decision.
I believe that spell check is definitely a thing that exists.
But again, we're not here to discuss the grammar
That's the
mistakes.
thing.
The main issue is the cliffhanger. It's completely fake and dramatic, and it comes with a desperate plea for more views and reviews. I, for one, would definitely downvote this story.
A whole chapter for one little paragraph does seem to be overdoing it.
That's a standard way to end a chapter.
No, it's not! It's a dumb cliffhanger, and the dumb cliffhangers go on for 40 more chapters at least.
At this point, the judge decided whether the alleged cliffhanger required punishment. That one's pretty bad.
Yeah, I agree that cliffhanger's a problem. It's basically the entire chapter. If the rest of the story is like that...
Exactly. And now, let's move on to chapter 3.
Are we going to go through the entire story, chapter by chapter? That'll take forever.
These chapters are all really short. Don't be so whiny.
Author is not. I do not own The Legend of Shelley. Sorry, I forgot to mention that earlier. So Blink and Surya went to the water bottle temple, and they were so shocked by what they saw. It was... Read the next chapter to find out. Thanks for reading this chapter, everyone. I hope you liked it.
Aha! See? That's what I was saying earlier.
So silly.
Spell check doesn't always help. It changed author's note to author's not.
Or that's a typo. Did you use spell check, Vic?
I don't remember.
Maybe you don't remember because you put absolutely no effort into
I'm
writing
tearing
the
him a
story.
new one.
The whole chapter is just too
Yes, girl,
long,
get
and they're
him.
all just recapping the last chapter.
That's not true at all. He wrote the author's note at the start and end of the chapter. He didn't do that in the previous chapters. Clearly he's improving.
He is not. We know from the story summary that they're going to find Mermaid Gunnin. Why is the author dragging it out?
Maybe he updated the summary afterwards. Ever think of that?
He didn't. I know exactly what happened. You read the story, but instead of posting it in one piece, you split it up into a bunch
That
of
voice is
tiny
weird.
pieces so that you could have tragic, contrived cliffhangers everywhere. Well, the only tragedy here is your inability to write good fan fiction.
You're crazy! I wrote all those chapters separately. Yeah, that's why they're so short. I didn't have time to write full-length chapters. And that last cliffhanger, it was a placeholder. I accidentally deleted my notes for the rest of the story, but the reviewers demanded an extra chapter, so I just wrote the first thing I could think of.
Not so fast. There's irrefutable proof that you wrote the story in one piece, and it's found in the story itself.
It is. It is? What?
The judge found the evidence that proved all 3 chapters were written simultaneously.
Oh, come on. Isn't this the attorney's job? Alright. Where's the proof that all 3 chapters were written simultaneously?
So if you look, this is chapter 1. Published at 10:23. Published at 10:23. Published at 10:23. The timestamps, baby.
Exactly. The timestamps show all 3 chapters were published on the exact same minute of the exact same day.
No!
Admit it. The defendant wrote all 3 chapters at the same time. This completely
Look at me
disproves
reading.
his
I did
lie
not memorize
that they're
my lines.
Placeholder chapters written at a later date.
Which is kind of sad,
Oh!
because I'm like a main
There's no
character.
denying the evidence. The prosecution's correct. The defendant's been lying.
No, I can explain. It's a bad timestamp?
I can confirm that the timestamps are 100% accurate.
Then, it's...
Dad,
it's a-
stop it, tell the truth.
No, don't!
Hey, what just happened? Did I lose my internet?
You have to stop
That is
it.
Michael's
You
actual
didn't write that
daughter.
Story. I did.
What?
No way!
Young lady, you have to be at least 13 years old to post on the fanfiction website.
I know I'm too young. That's why I asked my daddy to post the story for me. I was really proud of it. Do you like the part about the mermaids?
She's so cute.
We haven't gotten that far yet. No, we got hung up on the cliffhangers in the first 3 chapters.
What's a cliffhanger?
I'm wondering the same thing, kid.
Oh, I see. Yeah, it was all a big...
I've demanded that there be a scene where I drink wine straight from a bottle
Hey, no
in
drinking
the
in my courtroom.
next game.
Unless you're going to share.
We don't really have an established protocol for this situation.
What if I wrote a disclaimer saying that my kid wrote most of the story? I could help edit it too.
Sounds good to me.
Me too. No, my case. My beautiful case. This was going to be my victory.
Instead, it is your defeat. I hereby
Nate, that's where you
declare
can clearly
the
see that I'm sitting on the
defendant
floor.
of writing bad cliffhangers because he did not write the stories in question. Case closed. If you'd like to appeal the decision, you can always blah 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 end simulation.
Have a legal day, and you're our winner. I love that.
So that's what happened in the contrived
Won the
cliffhanger case.
game!
I'd say the results were both good and bad. Vic Berger was inspired by what happened and decided to join Internet Court as a prosecutor. Sadly, Dina Goodwin was forced to accept
See,
the
he
harsh
says
terms
Dina, and Michael
that she
says
herself had
Dinah.
laid down, and she was given a lifetime ban from serving as a prosecutor in Internet Court. So that's why she became a defense attorney. It wasn't her choice. Anyway, that should give you an idea of what it's like to be a judge in the Internet Court. No matter what they say, this job isn't for amateurs. You have to be on your toes because things can change at a moment's notice. You have to be fair and just in your rulings and stand by them. And most importantly, you have to be good with words. Because if you're not good with words...
Same. Big mood. Yay! That was case 2. I really like that case. That case is pretty fun. Alright. Next episode. Case 3. The best case, because you get to play as the one, the only, moi. And it's great. Hopefully you look forward to it. I will see you then. Bye!